Good afternoon, friends. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television. We are syndicated, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundant TV, which is found worldwide on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Thank you so much for watching, and we're going to give you some household tips. You know, we like to save money. I know I do, and you do too. So this is a website I found. It's called mama-knows.com. mama-knows.com. Some really good tips right here. Top 50 household hints. And this is one that I find very interesting here because I love vinegar. Using vinegar in cooking and in cleaning and everything. So this is how you can save money. Save money by buying the least expensive dishwasher soap, then add a few teaspoons of vinegar to the dishwasher. Now the vinegar cuts the grease and it leaves the dishes spot-free and sparkling. That's a great tip right there. Number 2, keep an empty soda bottle handy in case you need a hot water bottle. Just fill it up with hot water, wrap in a towel, and there you go. And I'll tell you this, if you buy the store brands of water, they're not as hard. So the plastic is just not as hard. So it's going to be a little bit easier if you do use it for a hot water bottle. So that's pretty cool too. Number 3, to slow the tarnishing process of silver, place a piece of chalk in your silver chest or drawer. That chalk will absorb moisture and your silver will not tarnish so quickly. That's a good idea, isn't it? Absolutely. Number 4 is a good one. If you place bay leaves in all your kitchen drawers and in the flour and sugar containers, it will keep any crawling critters away. If you live in the country like I do, you're prone to critters, okay? So we look for all the natural ways we possibly can. So I'm going to buy some bay leaves. And by the way, bay leaves will just last forever. Now, if you're cooking with bay leaves, it's important you take it out. Put it in your soups or whatever you're cooking in. And then make sure you take that bay leaf out because it has some little cutting edges on it. It'll be perfect for using like this. Just like they said. Put it in flour and sugar containers. That way you won't get little creepy crawlers in there. This is something I've noticed. Have you noticed through the supply chain? You know, we've had some issues getting supply to us. And I'm finding when I go to the grocery stores or department stores, I'm finding things with a lesser expiration date on it. So make sure you really look for expiration dates at this point, okay? Okay, nice can't stand the smell. I think they mean mice can't stand the smell of fresh peppermint. So plant it around your house or put some oil or peppermint on a piece of cloth and place it in locations you suspect mice just may be visiting. That's right. That's another thing about living out in the country. A lot of you folks from the north are moving down south, and we're glad to have you. Thank you so much for coming down. We can all learn from each other. And what you're finding is when you were living in city or you're living in a town, you know, you didn't have the mice like we do here. Now, you do have them, but when you move out into the country, because you have your cornfields and whatever around, you're going to see a lot more mice than you used to. Number 6, for a quick ant kill, I've heard this one before. And again, this is natural. Mix 2 cups of borax with 1 cup of sugar in a quart jar. What you'll want to do is punch holes in the lid and just sprinkle it around the outside of your house. And that's a good way to kill ants. Now, another thing about ants that I found, this is by going to class, Master Gardener class, do you know that ants really like potato chips? Okay, so there are some things you can put on potato chips, put them out around the ant pile, and then you'll sprinkle it real good, and those little ants are going to take those little particles down into the hole where they live, down in the ground, and it's a good way to get rid of them that way. Because what's going to happen, sometimes all you're going to do is mask it. If you just throw something on top of the ant pile, you're only masking it. If you throw gasoline, those little critters are going to go ahead and move those ant holes and piles around other parts of your yard. So what you want to do is really kill them. And this is the time of the year to do it, by the way, before we start getting all flown out with the summertime. Good time. Okay, number 7. Another good way to get rid of ants is to pour ivory liquid soap around where they are. This apparently is the only soap that works. So it's Ivory liquid soap. For some reason, that works. Okay. Number 8, empty ketchup of mustard containers Empty ketchup or mustard containers are great for decorating cakes and cookies. I've done that before, so that's pretty cool. And it'll give you just that right little, if you write somebody's name on a birthday cake or a cookie, it gives you just the right amount to squeeze out without being too much, without just splattering out there. So that's a great idea. Okay, number 9, this is a good one. To unclog plugged drain, try a cup of salt mixed with a cup of baking soda, no liquid, and just pour the dry solution into the drain and follow by a pot of boiling water. We all get that, especially this time of year. We're going to start canning and things are going to get down into the drains. So this is a good idea. So again, 1 cup of salt mixed with a cup of baking soda, no liquid. Pour that dry solution down the drain, followed by a pot of boiling water. I do that just with the baking soda right now, so I'll go ahead and add the salt. And what's really interesting, you got your kids and your grandkids. It's a science project for them. Let them do that, because again, it's not like you're using a chemical substance or anything like that. Let the kids mix it up for them. Let them pour that down the drain, and let them watch as that boiling water goes down the drain. It kind of does this little chemistry thing. It starts fizzing and starts being really cool. You'll have the kids wanting to help you every month with that. By the way, good idea to do this once a month at least. And canning season, you might want to think about doing it once a week. Okay, 3 dangerous foods for dogs. You know, we all have our little furry pets, and they little furry babies. And so let's think about this. To remove most coffee stains from fabric, mix egg yolk with warm water and apply until stain is gone. Okay, I think that was probably... Okay, all right, I see what they're doing here. Okay, so we're still into the tips, okay? Money-saving tips. Okay, to remove most coffee stains from fabric, you want to mix an egg yolk. Of course, you know, eggs are kind of pricey right now, with warm water and apply until the stain is gone. Okay, now, number 12, Corningware cookware can be cleaned by filling them with water and dropping in a couple of denture cleaning tablets. So if you're at a department store and you're finding denture, even though you don't wear dentures and you're finding they're on sale, go ahead and grab them because you can use it for cleaning. Let stand 30-45 minutes. That's a good idea. Okay, when postage stamps have stuck together, everybody's had this happen before, try placing them into the freezer for about 10 minutes. They should come apart without damaging the glue. See, there you go. Is another good tip. Number 14. Any cloth material that has chewing gum stuck to it can be placed into the freezer. In about an hour, the gum should break off easily. Yeah, I used to do that a lot when Brad was little. He'd get it on his clothes and what have you. So that's a great idea right there. I've also used peanut butter to get it out of hair. Yeah, you know how that can happen. Okay, number 15. So if your white socks are getting dingy, place them in a pot of water, add 2 pieces of lemon, or a teaspoon of lemon juice, and soak it for about 10 minutes, then wash as you normally would. That's a good one. Number 16, to keep your pizza crust crispy, try placing the cheese on before the sauce. Great idea, because you know how the sauce is going to give it a little bit of a moisture treatment there. So pizza, cheese, then the sauce. Good idea. Okay, number 17, to save leftover wines, you can freeze them in ice cube trays. They can also be used to dish any season with wine, can be used also in coolers. Okay, number 18, cottage cheese can be used in place of sour cream when making dips. Just place it into the blender until it's creamed. Okay, because sometimes you have, like maybe cottage cheese was on sale, so you bought a bunch of it up, and then you go, oh no, I need some sour cream. So that's a good tip. Number 19, cream cheese can be colored with liquid food coloring as a filler for dainty rolled sandwiches to make them look kind of cute. Try a different color for each layer and slice as you would a jelly roll. Good idea. Okay, again, this is from the website mama-knows.com. mama-knows.com. Okay, number 21, to remove a cork from inside an empty wine bottle, pour some ammonia into the bottle and set it in a well-ventilated location. In a few days, the cork will be gone. I guess it just dissolves, huh? Okay. Now, some of your salad dressings, the more expensive ones, will come like that as well. Number 22, you can make your own Easter egg dyes. Okay, so boil the eggs with grass for green, onion skins for yellow, and beets for red. That's another good idea. Well, I'm getting all kinds of tips. Okay, number 23, for attractive individual butter servings, squeeze butter through a pastry bag. You probably want to kind of let it set. Put it in the microwave. Don't let it melt, but just kind of put it until it gets soft, or maybe soften it room temperature in the summertime. And that's a really good idea. Okay, so again, for attractive individual butter servings, squeeze butter through a pastry bag or plastic into a cookie sheet. Let it sit in the refrigerator to harden. You know, something else that you could do, this comes to mind too, if you have those really neat little cookie designs, or maybe cake decorator, you know, where you can just squeeze and it has these really cute little designs, that would be even better. I like those better than the pastry bags. I don't know, I make a mess with the pastry bags. Okay, but to each their own, right? Okay, now if anything red is spilled on a carpet, it could be wine or it could be juice or anything like that. It can be cleaned with shaving cream and then sponge off the water. Club soda also works. I've used club soda to get messes out of carpets too. To fancy up the top of a cake, cookies, or pie plate, try placing a wide patterned dolly. That's really good. You know, you can get the paper ones as well, and then you can just toss and throw those away. So try placing a wide patterned dolly on top, then sprinkle powdered sugar over it, and then remove it. That's a fantastic idea. Okay, number 26, to peel thin, skilled fruits and veggies easily. Place a bowl and cover with boiling water. Let stand for 1 minute, and then peel with a sharp paring knife. Another grand idea. Oh, wow, we're late. We got to go into a commercial break. We're going to be right back in just a few minutes. You hang tight. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Let Rhonda at Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC take the burden off you for all your tax needs. I know because Rhonda has been taking care of my business since 2013. I feel Rhonda works for me because she knows the direct questions to ask to better benefit my unique business in order for me to get back the biggest refund possible. Rhonda is an ongoing student, and she knows tax laws are in a constant change every year. Call 256-281-9903 for an appointment to take the dread out of getting your taxes done. Rhonda is located at 11968 U.S. Highway 431 in Boaz. Again, that number is 256-281-9903. And let Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC champion your personal and business taxes. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018. Okay, we are back. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio. You can find us on television, channel 182, on Charter Communications, and we're syndicated on Abundant TV, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Thank you so much for watching. We're talking about all kinds of great household hints right here, and this is from a website I found, and you can find it too. It's Mama-Knows, Knows.com, mama-knows.com. Okay, let's see, number 26 right here. We're finding to peel thin, skilled fruits and veggies easy. Place in a bowl and cover with boiling water. Let it stand for 1 minute, then peel with a sharp paring knife. That's a grand idea. I like to do that with tomatoes. If I'm canning and I want to make some salsa, and I don't want to spend like half the day wasting, by the way, when you're peeling, sometimes you're wasting some of that tomato. And so what I'll do is boil some water, and I'll get those, and if you'll put them in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes, boil the water, take them out of the refrigerator and pop them in there. I'm going to tell you what, that peel comes off just like that. So you're not going to have to peel a bunch of tomatoes. Okay, let's see. For an easy dressing for fruit salad, try grated orange rind and orange juice added to sour cream. Now that'd make it really zesty and really tasty, wouldn't it? Number 28, raisins won't stick to the food chopper if they are soaked in cold water for a brief period of time. That's a good idea. Or throw them in the freezer. I've done that too. Now, if you put them in the freezer, make sure you put them on a flat tray and put them in there for just about 15 minutes. Okay, now cream, number 29. Cream won't curdle when poured over fruits if you add a pinch of baking soda with the cream before serving. Oh, wow. Yeah, because especially in the hot summertime, if you're going to have a little garden party outside, if you don't do that, you're going to have cream curdling, and it's not going to, it'll taste good, it just won't look good. Number 30, if you add a small pat of butter when cooking fruit for jams and jellies, you won't have any foam to skim off the top. I do that all the time. It's another one of my grandmother's treats. Okay, number 31, if you have a problem with fruit jellies not setting, place the jars in a shallow pan, half filled with cold water, then bake in a moderate oven for 30 minutes. All right, that's a good one. So I'm going to read that one again. If you have a problem with fruit jellies not setting, place the jars in a shallow pan, half filled with cold water, then bake in a moderate oven for 30 minutes. That's a good idea. Okay, to make ripe olives taste better, soak them overnight in olives, then place them in a brown oil with a clove of garlic added. Okay, so that kind of ripens it up. Okay, number 33, to ripen fruit, place in a brown bag in a dark place for a few days. That's always a good idea. And by the way, the brown bag reminds me of something. So if you have seeds and let's say you bought them on sale somewhere, to make them last just forever, like for years, don't put them in plastic. What you want to do is put them in a paper bag and throw them in your freezer, and they'll last forever. I still have seeds. My granddad passed away in the year 2000, and we still have some bean seeds that he saved in the freezer, who knows, like 30 years ago. Okay, let's see. Toss freshly cut fruit in lemon juice and it won't darken. That's really good for apples. And half a lemon is enough for a quart or two to cut fruit. Okay, number 36. Cook cranberries only until they pop. Further cooking can make them a little bit bigger. And then add a teaspoon of butter to each pound of cranberries. It will eliminate overboiling and excess foam. Yeah, I found that to be true. Okay, number 37. If you allow grapefruit to stand in boiling water for a few minutes, it'll be easier to peel. That's just really good for any kind of fruit and veggie. Number 38, salt will make grapefruit taste sweeter. It's really odd. You would think it would make it a little bit bitter, but it doesn't. That works, absolutely. Okay, number 39, if you sprinkle lemons with water and refrigerate them in a plastic bag, they're going to last a month or more. Number 40, oranges that need to be peeled for dishes should be soaked in boiling water for at least 5 to 7 minutes before peeling. It makes it easier to peel and removes all of the white pulp. That is a really good tip right there, because if you make some orange fruit salad, you want fresh oranges for that. Mandarin oranges in a can work okay, but fresh oranges are really good, so that would be a good way to remove that white pulp. And that kind of has this little weird taste to it. It won't kill you or anything, but it just has a weird taste. Okay, to ripen a pineapple, let's talk about this. Cut off the top, remove the skin and slice, place in a pot and cover with water, sweeten it to taste, boil it for about 5 minutes, cool, and then refrigerate. And you know what? You need to save the top of that pineapple as well, because you can take that top off, stick it in dirt, you're going to have a pineapple tree. Yeah, there's certain things you just don't throw away. Okay, to prevent soggy salads, place an inverted saucer in the bottom of the salad bowl, then the excess liquid will drain off under the saucer and the salad stays fresh and crisp. Another thing you can do if you have any kind of a strainer, this is another thing you can do if you're going to have a party at your house and maybe you're going to go outside and you want to make sure that lettuce is not wilted. One good thing to do is get a punch bowl. That punch bowl and fill it full of ice down at the bottom. The best thing to do is to get one of your, let's say like a cake pan, and like a bundt pan works best, and it's pretty as well. So get a bundt pan, fill it full of water, and then put it in the freezer, let it freeze overnight. And then when you're going to have your little party outside, take that out. It's best to use one of the molded type that you can, because it'll come out of the pan better. And now, if you're going to use like a maybe a metal type cake pan, you can just stick it in some hot water just for a few seconds, and then it'll just come right out. It's okay. Back to this. Okay, so you won't have wilted salads at your, a lot of churches do outside picnics as well. So if you're going to have a picnic, but you want to have a salad, get that ring that you just made your ice out of, put it in a punch bowl. Big old punch bowl, okay? And then put that ice ring in there. Then get another pretty maybe glass bowl and put that on top. And something, your salad is just not going to wilt. And it's going to stay looking pretty. And then you're going to have that pretty ice mold done in the bottom of it. Okay. When cooking onions or cabbage, you want to boil a small amount of vinegar in a pan to remove the odors. That'll do it. And you think, vinegar's going to smell terrible. No, just for a small, now I happen to love the smell of vinegar. It's weird, I know. But they said that my grandmother actually craved pickles and she loved vinegar when she was pregnant. So that's probably why it's in my DNA. But only for a short period of time. Okay, now number 44. If you sprinkle salt into the water when you're washing vegetables, it will draw out insects. It could happen. So far I've not had any, but just in case, that's a good idea. And another thing I like to do when I have fresh vegetables and apples and peaches and my pears coming in out of the garden, blackberries, blueberries, the whole works, just a little bit of baking soda. And also you can use hydrogen peroxide. Get the 5%, and you can find that at Amazon.com. And so that's another trick you can do. So, which as a matter of fact, let's see, do I have that handy? No, I don't have that handy. So what you can do is just as you're washing your vegetables, use a big dish pan and put your veggies in there. And then just a little bit of hydrogen peroxide, and it's just extra cleanliness. I just feel like it just helps to clean. And this is even your grocery store stuff, okay? Because you think just because you buy it at the grocery store it's completely clean. You still have to wash stuff. Okay, let's see. If you cook your veggies in a small amount of milk, it'll bring out the color. About a tablespoon of milk. So cook your vegetables with a small amount of milk. It'll bring out the color. I'll have to try that sometime. Yeah, I would especially think that would work with your green beans. go to the farmer's market or you raise your own, and it just keeps that color. Green beans need to be green, don't they? A real pretty color of green. Okay, we're down to number 46. I'm going to have to hurry up to make sure we get all of these. There's 50 of them. So use a well-greased muffin tin to bake tomatoes, apples, or peppers. They'll keep their shape better. That is an idea. That is a grand idea. Okay, number 47. When making pickles, you want to cut off 1/4 inch from each end. This end contains enzymes which may cause the pickles to soften. Okay, that makes sense because Phil likes our pickles better when I do little pickle chips, you know, because he said it seems like they're crisper. Maybe if I just clip the ends off of the whole pickle, we'll try that and I'll let you know how the experiment works. Okay, pickle juice should be saved and used for making coleslaw, potato salad, etc. You know what else it's good for? Chicken. So if you're cooking chicken or any kind of meat, not just chicken, beef, roast, the whole things, steaks, anything, use some pickle juice because what it does is it tenderizes the meats. You'll have the juiciest chicken breasts. I mean, everything is better. By the way, if you want to fry the chicken, this is what you need to do. For at least 30 minutes, okay? Now you can do this overnight and it'll be just as good. So for your chicken, and you're going to fry it, go ahead and put it in a browning bag immediately, or any kind of a bag. And then you want to put some pickle juice inside there. Let it marinate at least 30 minutes. Take it out. Make sure you pat it dry, by the way, really, really good, using a paper towel. And then you'll roll it in egg, if you'd like to do egg, or roll it in flour or whatever, and then fry that chicken. You're going to have the most tender chicken breast if you do it that way. It's a secret of some of these really good recipes, restaurants that we have. Okay, to revive limp asparagus, try placing them in a tall pot with ice water in the refrigerator for just about 30 minutes. We'll have to try that. Number 50. To ripen avocados quickly, place them in a wool sock and set them in a dark place. Make sure your sock's clean, you know what I mean? So that's some really good tips right there. And the name of this website again is mama-knows.com. mama-knows.com. There was something I saw about dogs. Let's see if I can click that up. And it says 3 dangerous foods for dogs. Now I've heard chocolate is one of those. You shouldn't feed them chocolate. It's going to make them a little bit sick to their stomach. And oh, this is I can't do that. Okay, so it's a video and we don't have time for it. Okay, raw eggs. Don't feed them raw eggs. Don't feed them chocolate. And what else have we got right here? Because we want to take care of our little fur babies, don't we? Okay. Okay, looks like that's it. Okay, raw eggs and chocolate or anything sweet because even though they're eating a lot, it's going to make them kind of hyper and it could be hard for their hearts. I've heard that before. Thank you so much for watching The Edge on IEC Radio. We are your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundant TV found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. I want to thank all of our awesome sponsors for being with us. And I want to thank all of our TV affiliates as well and our radio affiliates. You're awesome, and we definitely appreciate you. Now you take care, and I'll be seeing you shortly with another episode. Begin a great year and save big money with these specials at Albertville Foodland Plus. A 5-pound bag of red or gold potatoes only $2.99 each. Warm up with Campbell's Chunky Soup, 2 for $4. Slim down with gold salads, only $2.99 each. And make sure to check out the deli with fresh veggies and tasty pork chops or hand-battered chicken fingers, only $5.99. Check us out on the web at shop.foodlandgrocery.com.